tea? What's the 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 tea?
Hello everyone, I am the Water Bear and welcome back to the Water Bear's Tea. And in this video we're going to chat about my favorite time of the year, Aquarius season. Let's go. Okay, so first let me give a big mwah to all of my Aquarians out there. If you have the Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Aquarius, Aquarius rising, even if you got Aquarius, Venus, and Aquarius Mars, okay? Welcome to the video. And I'm super excited for our time. It is our season, and everybody else welcome as well, all right? Before we get deep into Aquarius season and why I'm making this video, I want to let you know I am an Aquarius, okay? I'm the Water Bear, clearly. That is the, archetype for Aquarius. And other signs, I'm sorry, okay? When I first made the Water Bear, I made videos for each of the signs, so you can go back and check those videos out. But this video is not just to hype up Aquarius, even though much love, because we're moving to the age of Aquarius. This is the importance, okay? Which is why I'm entitling this "Getting the Taste of the New Age," right? Because this is what we're moving into, okay? Anytime any planets move into Aquarius, we're going to get this taste, this example of where we're progressing. You know what I'm saying? Because that area of the zodiac is being highlighted, okay? Which happens when any planet moves into a sign, that that archetype of the archetypes and the characteristics of that zodiac sign kind of take over that planet, okay? And so the age of Aquarius is a major thing. Again, I made a full video all about it on the highlight of my YouTube channel. Go check it out. But it is, kind of evident in society. You can see that there's this major kind of crumbling of old paradigms and old ways of doing things. There is also a movement away from restriction, okay? And that's when you start to get into how Capricorn and Aquarius correlate, right? Because in ancient astrology, both Capricorn and Aquarius are ruled by Saturn, okay? And I'll talk about how that relates as I get into us moving from Capricorn season, which we're at right now, into Aquarius season, okay? Both ruled by Saturn in ancient astrology. And so there's so much restriction and limitation and tightness, which is Capricorn, that you see in society. You see so many people under so many big corporations that are not fully supporting them. You see the government more in concern about making more money or the short-term decisions that can get more power and more money at the expense of the collective, at the expense of supporting the people, which is the main role of the government, okay? And so this is what the age of Aquarius is moving us into. Aquarius is about innovation. Aquarius is about reinvention. Aquarius takes, because this is where you get from Capricorn into Aquarius. Both of them, again, like I said earlier, their ancient ruler is in Saturn. And Saturn is the planet, the last planet we can see with the naked eye, the one with the rings around it, okay, which is all about limitation. It's all about, which makes sense, the last planet we can see is the limit. We can't see past that with the naked eye. It also is the last planet that deals with our personal lives, okay? The rest of the planets past Saturn are generational and really spiritual energies. Saturn is about structures and about, again, because it's structure, it's the limits, and it has these structured rings around it. Everything kind of correlates, okay? As above, so below. I always say that. Saturn is, hard work and integrity and strong character, everything you need to get to the top of the mountain, okay? The animal or the character, the archetype for Capricorn is the sea goat, okay? And if you know anything about sea goats, they go through hell getting to the top of the mountain, and they're very skilled at that. They'll be the mountain will be so steep, and you'll see little goats on the side. I'm like, how are they doing this, okay? But it's about the necessary tactics to get to the top, okay? Capricorn rules the top of the zodiac chart. Okay, it's about your midheaven. It's about your career, your legacy, the long term, all these things. Okay, how things how the fruition of your life. Okay, and so with us leaving Capricorn season, which is where this energy is highlighted, the past 30 days have been major focus on these things. What is your integrity? People's integrity has been called out, okay, on social media, in relationships this past 30 days. People's character has been something we've really been focusing on. Everybody's been focusing on the long-term plan. It's not been very like, what am I doing this week? Yes, that's true, but it's really, we've been seeing and looking a lot at the long-term journey, the long-term focus, okay? And the necessary things we need to get to the long term. There's also been certain situations that Capricorn season brings up that shows you things in your life that you need to develop and grow over the long term. It shows your weaknesses in certain areas. Because again, Saturn's limitations, Saturn is restrictions. So Saturn will restrict you in certain areas or show your restrictions where you need to expand, or will literally restrict you and make you feel pinned down or you can't move forward or you can't, it's a tough energy. Any alignment that connects with Saturn, especially if it's like a harsh, more like a square or an opposition, even especially in a conjunction as well, it brings that slow and steady wins the race kind of energy to your life, whatever planet is affecting that energy, okay? Like I was born when Saturn was completely joined with Mercury. So my entire life, my mind, it's about me developing my mind, but it's slow and steady wins the race. Okay, I've always had an active mind. Always had the mind. My mind is one of the main things I use. Okay, one of my main gifts. But I'm constantly restructuring my mind, constantly learning new things, constantly creating new boundaries within myself, constantly changing my mental patterns, constantly. It's over a long time. Okay, or Mercury's the things you study as well, your gifts and that kind of thing. So the things that I happen to really like astrology, dance especially, I've been dancing for 20 years, okay? And so this is a long, and you can see, I randomly will post old dance videos. I was not always at the level I am now. You get what I'm saying? It's been a slow climb, okay? And so I have Saturn very strongly placed in my chart, so I see that a lot in my life, okay? Same with the water bearer. The growth of the water bearer is this slow and steady, wins the race kind of thing. Because my dreams for the water bearer, and I feel like Spirit's plan for the water bearer in me, it has longevity, okay? What's crazy is the astrological makeup. I have the birth chart of when I created the water bearer, and you can do that for your business and see the energies of your business. The water bearer has Saturn in the first house, which represents yourself. So my business literally has the planet of structure, long-term longevity, but slow and steady wins the race as its main energy, okay? First house, okay? That's how I also know that the water bearer is going to be like something that is like a long-term thing, okay? And so this is Saturn's energy, and this is what we've been focusing on the past 30 days. Now, we're going to still feel certain things like this because Aquarius, like I said again, the ancient ruler is Saturn, okay? So Aquarius and Capricorn hold similarities, okay? Now, with Aquarius season, it's a mix. Its modern ruler is Uranus, which is about innovation, which is about awakening. It's known as the Great Awakener, which is about getting to the top of the mountain, but in an innovative way. Whereas the sea goats have been climbing in a certain way over and over for generations and generations and years and years and years. An Aquarian energy would be like, hey, I know you've been taking this route. There's an escalator or an elevator like right around the corner. Why don't you try that? I know, you have your plan to get to the top of the mountain with the stairs or whatever, but there's an elevator. Let's innovate. Let's think of a new way to get to the top, okay? Aquarius energy is all about revolution, okay? And change, all right? And looking at, but the thing about Aquarian energy, though, is, and that's what people you got to be an Aquarius or really understand Aquarian energy to really truly get Aquarius. People think Aquarius is this like the complete rebel that throws its cares into the wind and is constantly destroying and disruptive and all these things. And Uranus is not that energy. Uranus is sudden surprise, sudden shock, but it's not just out of the blue. It's not random. You know what I'm saying? Aquarian energy is taking and looking at things, looking at what no longer works, and changing that, but not fully tearing it away because it's ruled by Saturn, which is longevity. Okay, how would you get to any progress? How would you have any progress if you're constantly tearing down? and tearing away. You're drawing an outline and you're like, nope, crumble it up, throw it away. Try it again, nope. That's actually a very Capricorn-like thing, okay? To constantly just, until you get the right one you want, keep destroying until you get the thing that works, and then you build with that, okay? But Aquarius is, and that's the way I've worked in my life, it's not been about fully ending anything. It's about integration, okay? Everything in my life is like that, even with how I work or anything. And I have like 5 energies in Aquarius, so I'm like key point Aquarian, okay, for this energy, to speak on this energy. It is reinvention. One thing I really love, and I've always loved, especially once I started to get kind of into my, into grow up into myself, once I kind of graduated high school, got to know myself, thrifting, thrift stores is such an Aquarian thing. And I think that the millennials are kind of taking us back because we have a lot of Aquarian energy, and we're here to bring people into the age of Aquarius. Thrifting is Aquarian. It's taking the old, figuring out ways to, certain things. Like when I go thrifting, it's very specific, okay? I may have items that, a lot of things I wear on my channel, or just because I wear them, or I wear out, that kind of thing. It'll be like a something on the top that's thrifted, but then I'll mix it with something that I got from a store or something like that. So, it's like taking the old and finding ways to renovate it and move it into something new. Okay, that's Aquarius. And so what we're doing now is we have this 30 days of really understanding structures, really understanding the long-term plan. And the long-term plan is going to continue because Aquarius rules the future and innovation. And again, the ancient ruler is Saturn, so they both hold that Saturnian focus. Okay, so this next 30 days is still going to be a focus on the future. But instead of focusing on, okay, what is each individual step I need to take? Let me make sure I have my supplies to get me to the top of the mountain, which is very Capricorn. Aquarius is like, okay, who's going to be, it's about networks, and it's about, humanitarianism in the group and friendship. So who's going to be around me to help me get to the top? Who can I network with to get and brainstorm? I love brainstorming with people because that is very Aquarian, but it's a great way to get new ideas. You each are putting your ideas into the pot, okay? So this next 30 days, it's taking all this long-term planning we've been focusing on this past 30 days in Capricorn season and seeing how we can network and connect with other people. This energy is also going to be very, again, Aquarius, Uranus is the awakener, the higher awareness. So it's like we've had this long-term plan, and then we're going to have now new shocking ways to even advance that plan even more, okay? Aquarius is about freedom, okay? And we just had Capricorn season, which really emphasizes where you're not free, okay? And really emphasizes where you need to grow more and that kind of thing. So now we're in Aquarius season. It's like, okay, break free time, Literally days before Aquarius season started, which just happened, and we're almost in Aquarius season, Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, has now moved forward. And he was retrograde since August, but is now moving forward, which is emphasizing this Aquarian energy to move forward, to progress, to innovate, to grow. Okay, to break free. So you're really going to see a lot of breaking free, breaking through in this next 30 days. Okay, anything stagnant, anything status quo, you're going to see major changes. Okay, because that's this Aquarian energy. All right, and all of these things are giving us this taste into the new age. This is the last part I want to talk about to connect the dots. This Aquarian season we're going into, and every time we have Aquarius season up until, I really believe in 2024 when Pluto, because Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth, okay? When Pluto leaves Capricorn and moves into Aquarius in 2024, that to me is when we are literally initiating into the new age, okay? And literally the main focus is going to be about the plan forward. Right now, certain souls are very focused on the plan forward, and there is a focus on the plan forward, okay? Because you can't think about like a balsamic moon phase. You think about nature. As things, you can always see a new bud of life coming in as the rest is ending. You know what I'm saying? As the rest is shedding. When you see a plant, the rest dies, the fruit is left. And so, yes, we are planning about the future and planning and growing into the future. But we're still really working on shedding and releasing this past Capricorn energy, past structures in your life that you used to use for support, past things you used to rely on, past plans you had for your future, past structures in society, because Capricorn is also society. Capricorn and Aquarius share that energy. and Pisces, because those are the last energies. The last zodiac signs are all about the collective. Okay, which is again why I said the spiritual planets outside of Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, are the energies of the generations, the collective. So of course the signs are going to focus on the collective as well. Okay. So now that we're in Aquarius season, it is a very collective focus. How are you networking? How are you moving forward? And also, how are you breaking free out of the restrictions? Okay. But we're still going to be kind of focused on restrictions and shedding because Pluto, again, is still in Capricorn. Okay. But this next 30 days, guys, really, really pay attention to the insight you get. Really pay attention to the visions you get. It's crazy. I've been having these, like, it's random. Sometimes when I'm daydreaming, you can, use your mind's eye to really create certain things and dream about the future. Okay. Especially, like, I have a lot of Piscean energy. If you have a lot of Piscean or Neptunian energy, you're really great at daydreaming and manifesting through your daydreams. Okay. All great things are born in a dream. I literally have that quote on my desktop of my computer, because it's true. Okay. If you don't dream it, how are you going to achieve it? And so that's very Aquarian as well. It's your foresight, your future focus. Okay. So we're going to be getting so much insight coming in, downloads. Okay. This is why my videos are like they are. It's just me channeling and expressing and what I'm hearing and what I'm feeling. Okay. I have a lot of Aquarian energy, so I'm going to have all this info and speak about what I feel is happening and feel is coming, because that's Aquarius, the future. Okay. I also have lots of different visions of and beliefs of things in society that need to change. Or also, this is why I offer services. I can look at certain areas in people or areas in your patterning or areas in your chart that need breakthrough. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly looking and feeling within myself and unlocking newness within myself. Okay. Or in certain situations, like right now, the situation I'm in is because I've wanted a breakthrough. Okay. Something I asked for about 1.5 years ago. And now I've been in this journey of breaking through into something new. Okay, and so this is that Aquarian energy all day. So this is what we're going to be feeling this next 30 days, right? New inspiration coming in, new ideas, new downloads, new, Aquarius and Uranus is revelations, aha moments, sudden, like, oh my gosh, now I get it, now I understand, as the sun is like coming out. So that's going to be happening as well, sudden shocks, sudden surprises, sudden revelations. All these things are coming. But this is the point of Aquarius. Again, it's not random. Nothing that's happening with this shocking energy is random. Okay? It's always to get you to the next level. That's why Uranus is known as the awakener. Ascension, awaken you to something new. Okay? What I always love talking about is Uranus is the only planet in our solar system that rotates on its side. But notice what that looks like. Awakening to the top. Something new. And so, for me, as a strong Aquarian energy, I always feel like my life is like that. I go to some new height, and then it's like developing that, experiencing that, and then I end up, and it's a new height. It's like I always end up in situations growing up, and I've always wondered why. I'll be in this friend group, and then something will occur, or like, it's that time has ended, and then I have to, something else comes, and then, I'm being pulled to move, and I have to leave this group and move something else, and then there's this new belief that happens, and I shift and move something else. I'm constantly like jumping. Like that game where the bar is, like the little shelves come, and you have to like keep jumping to keep going up, you know what I'm saying? That's like my life, you know what I'm saying? I'm constantly evolving, and changing and growing, that kind of thing, which is very Aquarian, again, okay? Reinventing, right? The person I am now looks nothing like who I was 5 years ago, who I was 10 years ago, especially who I was 15 years ago, especially, you know what I'm saying? You can really see that energy. And so that's what the focus is, okay? The main energy that's known for Aquarius and Uranus is detachment, all right? Aquarians can be known as kind of aloof, sometimes we're super like, hey, other times we're like, I want to do my own thing, okay? And that's also Saturnian. Saturn is about detachment and coldness and separation as well, because if you think about it, you need isolation, you need separation, you need to detach from things to grow, okay, and to understand yourself and to evolve within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Think about anything that develops. A seed, you don't see the seed chilling with all the other seeds. You got to plant the seed. Yes, you can plant others around it, water the seed, but the seed is going to grow on its own. And then once it grows out, yes, it starts to interact with everything else. Okay, childbirth. Yes, there may be twins in the womb. That's true. But the womb happens, is isolated. The growth happens, you don't see it because it needs to be separate. It needs to detach so that it can actually climb the top of the mountain so you can be born. You get what I'm saying? Ideas, and this is something I didn't realize until these past few years. Life has taught me this. You can't just be sharing ideas. Yeah, I have certain ideas I share about the water bear, like, certain plans and things. But the true plans, what's really going on, the plans for my future, all these things, they will be on the hush until you see it in reality. You know what I'm saying? Some people are like, what are you doing in your life right now? Or what's your major plans? You'll see. Because those ideas, they're the same. Any creation, whether it's a baby, an idea, a project, anything that creates, that's born, and that needs to grow and needs to come to fruition, needs time alone, needs time in isolation, needs time detached from other sources. So it can be filled and nurtured, okay? For real, okay? And so that is this Aquarian energy as well. It's learning detachment. And this is something as well that we're learning going into the age of Aquarius. Why do you think so much of the lessons we've been learning the past few years has been about learning and deciphering what you need to let go of and what you need to, maybe there's certain things in your life you can still have around you, but it's about not letting the opinions of others, not letting the choices of others, not letting the lives of others, not letting the circumstances in your life completely absorb you and suck you under. It's about still having your wholeness and your groundedness, which is why Uranus rules freedom and independence. And Aquarius is independent, okay? And if you anybody who has Aquarian children, okay? What's funny is my family, I have another sister who's an Aquarius, and my other sister, so I have two sisters. One has Aquarius rising, and the other is an Aquarius with me, okay? And so anytime we had any altercation in our family, mainly, it was about freedom and control and trying to put control over these Aquarian energies. That's not, Aquarius is an energy of independence, okay? And so independent is independent from other things. Yes, as an Aquarius, I have strongly felt that. I also have lots of other energies that have made me codependent in the past, and I've worked on healing that this year especially. But why do you think this has been a major lesson in society the past few years? Because we're moving to the age of Aquarius, which is all about detachment, okay? Not saying in the age of Aquarius everybody's going to be isolated. That's not it. Aquarius literally rules friendship. But the reason why Aquarians are such good friends and have main friend groups, I've always noticed this. Like, growing up, and this is why I said this kind of leaving things. Like, I was here in South Carolina, dancing to some really great dance company, had lots of friends, networking, that kind of thing. And then I said, okay, I really need to leave South Carolina and follow my dreams, moved to New York, went to dance school up there. When I moved to New York, I didn't know literally 0 people. But within a couple of months, I had a whole group. It was like 8 of us, okay, in this little group, okay. And then by the end of that year, everybody would come to my room and we'd like chill, because I'm an Aquarius. I love networking and that kind of thing. But true friendship comes, you need to know that some people, have difficulty in friendship. They may lack Aquarian energy. If you don't give people space, you suffocate. You know what I'm saying? And so Aquarian energy is, yes, I love my friends and I love networking, but I need my me time. I need time to have the separation. You need to miss me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I need my ideas to be separate for a second. We can't all just brainstorm. Hold up. You know what I'm saying? Aquarians are also known for having very unique ideas and very innovative ideas. A lot of that is just because we don't let too many people get into our minds. And, when we make decisions, we need a second to kind of do this so we can make decisions so they come out unique, because the majority of people are always swarming around each other. You know what I'm saying? So all their choices and decisions are a mesh of everybody else, So we're moving to this age of Aquarius, which is about, again, all these things I talked about: innovation, reinnovation, getting us out of limiting things, looking at the old patterns and tweaking and tuning. That's also one thing I loved doing growing up, was I had a little karaoke machine that had a cassette player and the CD. So I would put the CD in and have my own, I bought my own, cassettes, and I would make my own mixes. I remember making like a really fun Destiny's Child mix that I love so much, and I could use my favorite parts and repeat it and cut music, that kind of stuff. That's so Aquarian. It's taking what already is and innovating and remixing it. Okay, so we're going to be seeing that in life, and we're really seeing that, especially notice the spiritual, astrology. These are not, this is nothing new. This is one of the oldest things, astrology and tarot, all these things. If you really look at the origin, it's way the Sumerians, the Babylonians, like this is old, okay? And they even got it from somebody, you know what I'm saying? But now we're using this energy in a new innovative way. There's astrology apps now, and there's so many new things that are coming out. You know, the Water Bearer channel and YouTube and all these things to express astrology in this new way. This is the age of Aquarius we're moving into. The millennials are a lot about, you know, being a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Minimalistic, you know, we're more chill, you know, we trying to bring it back to the old and more simplistic, okay? But this is nothing new, you know what I'm saying? Even eating natural, vegan, all these things, that ain't nothing new, you know what I'm saying? The McDonald's and all these foods that we're trying to get away from, that's new. That's something that we initially, you know, but before all this big society, you know, and all the industry was built, people ate off the land, you know what I'm saying? So we're getting back to where we were, but now we're innovating in a new ways, you know what I'm saying? We're making and creating meatless, you know, meats and different things that are now getting us back to where we were, but now in an innovative way. All age of Aquarius, okay? And so that's what we're moving into. And that's what you're going to be seeing, you know, taste of really strongly this next 30 days, because we've had so many energies the past few months, okay, with this eclipse season, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, ending major cycles. That Saturn-Pluto conjunction that happened on the 12th of January ended a 500-year cycle and a 37-year cycle, okay? This eclipse season is ending this past 6-month-year cycle. So all of these cycles that were occurring within this age of Pisces that we're leaving at, it's opening up more space and more freedom for the new age to come in. You know what I'm saying? So for us to literally just have that major shedding of those 2 major cycles with that Saturn-Pluto conjunction, that opens up a whole new energy for a whole new 500-year cycle that's about to start, or literally just started actually, and a whole new 37-year cycle which just started, okay? And within that, right after we finish this shedding, we have the age of Aquarius. I mean, we have the Aquarius season starting, you know what I'm saying? Literally 8 days after the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, Aquarius season starts. Timing, you know what I'm saying? This is purposeful so that we're now freshly shed. So much is released from us. We're in this place of like, okay, what's next? Because that happens in life. If you truly trust life and you're not trying to control everything and you be the, you know, one doing things, you notice that with life, there's a shedding period. There's a period of rest, a period of reflection, a period of dreaming for the future. And then you start to see newness come in, okay? And literally everything that's happened in my life so much, this is where I'm at now. Okay, major shedding, and now I'm seeing newness start to come in. Okay, but it's unknown. It's surprising. This is that Uranian energy. It's shocking what comes in that's new. You know, one time I had a dance company that I was part of, and it ended up getting kind of toxic. And somebody who the director was younger, like in her 20s, and it just ended up not working out. So I ended up quitting that. That was the second dance company I had ended. Okay. And I was like, oh my God, now what? You know, I just started back with dance. I'm passionate again, you know, and now this company's done. Then what ended up happening, I had a moment of reflection, you know, dreaming of the new. Then randomly, one of my old friends from the prior dance company was like, come on, I'm going to take this dance class at this certain place downtown. Come with me. I went, loved it, joined that dance company. That's where I was. And that dance company really was the reason that I went to college for dance, and really is the reason why I now have a profession in dance. Okay. And the amount of dance and technique that I grew, it like grew so much. You know, it was a major new growth. Okay, but I wouldn't have had that expansion. I wouldn't have had that blessing in that area if I would not have let go of that prior situation. You know what I'm saying? And so this is what we're seeing: major shedding of, you know, certain things. Okay, let go of that. Let go of this. Let go of that. Okay, that we're seeing in society. Everybody's doing it right now. And then we're getting into this place of, okay, now what? You know, open ourselves up to newness that's going to be coming in. And as we're doing that, the age of Aquarius is starting, which is all about networking with new people, new ideas, new aha moments. So we're now stepping into this 30 days where we're going to start to get a taste, like I said, of this new age. People are going to have new ideas. People are going to be meeting with new people because we're now released of so much old karma. Okay, so we're really going to begin to see newness in you know, our situation now. Okay, so I'm super excited for this. That's the majority of my video. This is the point I wanted to come in to you know, connect that Capricorn energy to the Aquarius energy, to talk about where we're going into but also from the small scheme of this next 30 days, but also the main purpose of that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I want to just pull 3 cards, Oracle and then Tarot, for this next 30 days to see, you know, where we're going, what it's going to be looking like, and just general guidance. And just, I'm interested to see, you know, again, this energy is surprising and shocking, so we'll see, you know, kind of what comes out. But this, again, this is just general guidance moving forward. So let's see, 3 cards. 1, 2, yes, and 3. And this is literally, this is the Oracle card energy first. This is literally what I was saying, okay? Clear your vibes. We've been in this main time of that. Shedding, releasing, clearing, okay? And then you're going to be in a period of pause, reflection, which is where we're at now, inner power, regaining your power, regaining your focus, okay? Getting things clear. What the majority of the trees are doing back there. A lot of them are pine trees, but the trees that are not pine trees, okay, they're in a moment of pause. They're getting things recollected for the spring. All right, and what's crazy, you can see these little tulips here. I don't know if you can see those in the camera. But they have just grown up the past week because it's been warm here. It's sad because they're going to end up like getting, you know, dying or having to come back again once it gets colder. But you can already see it's like it got warm. It was in the 70s this week, and so boom, new life. It's like we're prepared, we're ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And so inner power growing within. And then, like I said, what comes in with Aquarian energy and what's going to happen now in this Aquarius season, taking leaps of faith, new things start to come in. And now, does she have anything with her? No. You can only take a leap of faith into newness if you don't have a whole bunch of baggage on. You know what I'm saying? And so we had to clear so much, so we've done so much of that clearing, and that's where we're at now. Moving to this age of Aquarius, that's, again, it's slow and steady, okay? Anything major in your life is going to be slow and steady, okay? Would you want Spirit to throw in this new age for us? We're going to be in this new age for 2,000 years. You want it to just happen all of a sudden? No, okay? Spirit's like, not, and also Aquarius, the age of Aquarius is about ascension. So we're not just going into any new age. This age has to be higher vibration. You know what I'm saying? So Spirit is taking time to release the old vibrations. You know what I'm saying? Allow us to gain inner power so that we can truly take these leaps. Okay? So you're going to be seeing these themes again, this in-between phase, and new people, you know, it's like as things shed, you're taking in the new, because it's not just there's 2 or 3 patterns or 2 or 3 relationships or 2 or 3 things in your life that need redoing and moving into newness. This is lifetimes, generations, okay? We've been in the age of Pisces for 2,000-ish years, okay? So this is a major release, okay? Even in things in your life, we're also healing for the collective conscious, okay? But when you heal yourself, you're also helping, because we're all connected, helping heal and raise the vibration of everybody around you, okay? So this is not just, oh, we're going to be shedding, clear, the vibes are clear, let's see what's the age of Aquarius is going to move into. With myself especially, you know, or not just especially, but myself as an example, this year has been insane for clearing and release, like so insane, okay? And again, I'm making that video, it's coming soon, okay? I'm just going to finish the cycle. I'm almost done with the cycle. But major for shedding, okay? Major for ascension. I'm literally a completely different person, okay? But I know as I continue, and especially until 2024, I'm going to be saying this over and over again. Next year, I can be like, oh my God, looking back on January of 2020, I am a completely different person. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much that needs to be shed. Even now, there's aspects of yourself, aspects of myself, that we're going to realize down the line no longer are necessary, okay? And we need to reinvent. So this is a thing that takes time. But we're really going to be seeing these themes, okay? And lots of new taste tests, lots of new leaps in this next 30 days, right? Now what I want to do is get 3 themes for the signs. What I want to do, actually, I just got the element. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull 1 card, 1 tarot for each element. Since this is Aquarius season and an air sign, I'm going to start with the air. For my air signs, you got the Ace of Swords. Use this Aquarian energy, this airy energy. It's all about the mental. It's all about everything I talked about was what are you planning? What are you dreaming for the future? Okay. Aquarian energy, again, is also about the higher knowledge. So it's higher knowledge is the truth. Higher knowledge is the divine. Higher knowledge is all knowing. Okay. So it's going to be about getting out of subjective opinions and looking at the bigger picture, looking at the forest and not the trees. This is the Ace of Swords, cutting through the bull and getting to the truth, and embracing the truth, and honoring the truth, and being the truth. This is Aquarius. Aquarius, yes, this is your guidance for this next 30 days, but also for Gemini and Libra. Okay, now let's move to Earth. Let's get Earth signs. Since we're leaving Capricorn season, all this Earth, all my Earth signs have gone through a lot of change and had a lot of pressure on you with all of this Capricorn energy. So let's see what you get. Ooh, the Sun. Yes. Okay. So this is about, confirmation. Any question you have, the answer is yes for my Earth signs moving into this next 30 days. The bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. So partnerships could be very, very important this next 30 days. Finding, getting clarity about partnerships, meeting new people, answers in partnerships, writing forward in partnerships, shedding old partnerships and moving into newness. This is also, warmth and inspiration and abundance. This is just a really great energy for the Earth. Okay, so Aquarius season is coming in doing great things. Yes. And I feel that. I feel like Aquarius season really is going to be a pause and a moment of like, whew, okay, now we can plan for the future, because we just went through a lot of energy with that eclipse season. And the only thing major that's happening during Aquarius season is a Mercury retrograde that starts at the end of it. Okay, so that's not even really, it's mainly Pisces season, which is really going to be seeing that Mercury retrograde, because it's going to be in Pisces. So Aquarius season is a moment of pause. We're not going to be going through hell during Aquarius season. It's going to be dreaming of the future, making your changes, breaking through, but things that you've already been feeling from the past. Okay, so I'm excited. Let's get now into the water. For my water signs, what guidance do you have, Spirit, for water signs? Ooh, this was literally on the bottom of the deck, and I just started shuffling, and it came back out, the Five of Pentacles. And notice at the bottom of the deck again, Two of Cups. Interesting water signs. So water signs, this could be a major focus on abundance. There could be a major looks at major themes of lack in your life. You could have major lessons of finding your value in a new way. This also could be a moment of testing for my water signs. A moment of, you could be put through a trial to really see and realize the salvation is within. Okay, this also for my water signs is showing with the Two of Cups on the bottom. It kind of looks like there's certain relationships that need to, it's like you're trying to hang on to these, and there's newness coming. So water signs, if you're in a dry situation like this where you're just feeling stuck and left out, know that either work can be done, but with this Five of Cups, it's like, Five of Pentacles, it's like, this is a certain situation that this is the person you're with. This is the energy you're going to be with. And so it's about letting that go and moving into something new, taking that leap of faith. Okay. Now let's end with the fire signs. Fire signs, Spirit. What do we have for fire signs the next 30 days? Interesting. The World came out with the Sun in reverse. So fire signs, there's going to be a major lesson coming in for you this next 30 days about reigniting that fire. Finding true clarity. There's a major pattern that's going to be wrapping up karmically that you've been dealing with, fire signs, in your energy, in your motivation for yourself, in your inspiration. Okay. In February, you're going to have this time in Aquarius season, at this time of looking at your inspiration, looking at your motivation, and getting back on the horse and riding forward. Okay. There could have been a lot of doubt, a lot of fogginess, a lot of not knowing answers, a lot of uncertainty for the fire signs recently. And honestly, I'm thinking that is a pattern, because this is something that's wrapping up with the World. You needed that confusion, you needed that fog, you needed that darkness to get closer within yourself, to know that you don't need to move forward only with full facts, to find other parts of yourself. Okay, tapping into your intuition to lead you forward. But now this next 30 days is going to be a certain pattern around this that's wrapping up. It's going to allow you to get the clarity that you've been looking for, get the answers you've been looking for, get the yes you've been looking for, get the inspiration you've been looking for, the motivation you've been looking for, okay? But there's going to be a major pattern that needs to be wrapped up and healed this next 30 days, fire signs, that relates to what I just talked about. Okay, so that's what I have, my loves. That is the guidance for this next 30 days. It is Aquarius season. What's up? Okay, let's go. All right, again, much love to my Aquarians out there. I love you so much. I love everyone, okay? Love everyone. But Aquarius, this is our time. Right. Check out my Uranus video, Aquarius, as well, if you did not, because it's going to talk a lot about this energy and how what's happening for us moving forward. Okay. With our ruler direct for the next 6 months, it's now going to be time to take action and time to see results from all we've been planning this past 6 months. Okay, this is collectively true, and especially for the Aquarians again, right? That's what I have, my loves. If you want a personal session with me, hit me up. All right, my website is down currently, but you could check my email. The email is THEWATERBEARER'S@gmail.com. I have tons of services, so if you want personal session, hit me up. Aquarians, especially if you have your birthday coming up and you want a solar return reading to see what this year is going to bring for you, I'm your dude. Okay. If you have not liked the video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. If you want to comment, let me know what's going on. Aquarius, where you at? Comment below. Let me know where you at. Okay, where my squad at? Where my Aquarians at? And that's what I have, guys. I want to really quick. I want to just talk about Aquarius. I don't know why this just came in. Okay, Aquarius. Also, my peeps. The sign of Aquarius. Those are lightning bolts. Everybody wants to make it waves, and I feel like as time goes on, it gets more and more wavy. And I thought initially it was 2 waves. It's 2 lightning bolts, loves. And Uranus rules the sky. Uranus, our planet's ruler, rules lightning. So those signs, what you see, it's not water. Even though we're the water bearer, okay, the water bearer is talking about spiritual, divine water, what gives life and nourishment, okay? Sharing that, sharing tea, all right? But it's actually talking more about, from our downloads, from a more intellectual perspective, which is why Aquarius is the most matured air sign, okay? And so if you've been seeing, the water bearer, and a lot of Aquarians say we're water signs. We're not water signs, we're air signs, okay? And our symbol is not 2 waves, it is 2 lightning bolts, okay? About innovation, about sudden surprise, about sudden shock, okay? So I just wanted to share that. I don't know why that came down, but I wanted to share that, okay? So much love, guys. That's what I have. Thanks for tuning in. Water Bear is out.